Hello everyone, my name is Martin, your favorite business coach from Finance Oracle. Today I'm going to be sharing with you beautiful business tips that will help you to preserve your business across generations. So I hope you will listen to this carefully and I wish you the best of luck. Well, today we are going to be looking at how to hand over your business to the next generation. So this is very important because a lot of business founders will wish their business will run from generations to generation, and this is the beautiful thing you can do for your children. But if you do not implement these things, you may not be able to do this or achieve these plans of yours. You know, family business succession or succession planning is not easy. And here are 5 tips I want to share with you that will help you to successfully hand over your business across generations. Well, while every business owner needs an exit strategy, family business succession is not very easy and sometimes it can become tricky. And this is the reason why many family business owners simply make assumptions and they think their kids will one day take over the business and they never made any development plan. So this is just like a vague assumption of the future because there is no strategy or strategic conversation that follows up, neither is there any training or planning in line to ensure that this is being done successfully. So if you don't plan, then it becomes a vague assumption and this may not happen as desired. So you know, some parents are also unwilling to relinquish their business. They just don't want to leave their business and they believe that one day, yes, their children can take over the business when they are perhaps old or when they are dead, but no plans are being done. And some just believe like, yes, when I'm dead, I will just dump this in the lap of my children and they will know how to figure it, they will figure out how to run this business. But then this is not the best way and this is not gonna be achievable unless the child in his own have done business. So whether you're ready to get out of the business now or later on, it is within your power to make a smooth transition. And in doing so, you will need to consider these 5 tips which I'm going to share for you to successfully transit and hand over your business to your children. Number 1, find a common ground. It is important to find a common ground within parents and children. Parents and children will need to sit down and talk about what the transition is going to be like, and they need to make a plan that will work for both. There should be a common ground rather than dragging out the process of leaving your kids in the dark or thinking about how to do this transition. It is important that you sit together and discuss with your children and also listen to them. And at the end of the day, you will be able to come with a balance between your need and their need, and then your business transition will be successful. Number 2, you need to set realistic expectations. There should be a well-defined expectations between the children and the parents. So there must be a realistic expectation about the amount of time you're going to spend in the business and what in return you're going to get for spending this much time. You know, in many families or in many businesses, parents will also keep their hands in the business. They have a semi-retirement life. They want to come to the business, see what is happening, make some inputs and get some feedback. So this should be well defined. And there should be a clear discussion and definition whether this business is going to be paying your bills in this time of transition. Are you going to be paying your medical bills, your tenantship bill, depending on where you stay and if you live in your home or not? Are you going to be going for vacation? Is this business going to be paying for your vacation and all that? So this is very important. So there must be a clear and a set realistic expectation. And number 3 is you need to communicate openly. Transparency is very important when dealing with business transaction. especially if it is a family business which involves a lot of emotion during this transaction, there is need to have a clear communication, and a clear one and an open one. So you think about establishing a rough roadmap also. You tell your children, okay, in the first year, I'm not going to give you the whole business. You are going to run the accounting section, and I will watch your performance. In the second year, you are going to run the sales division, and I'll watch your performance. In the third year, you run the aftermarket division, and I'll watch your performance. So after doing all this, we say, okay, at this point, I'm going to communicate to customers, to my clients. I'm no longer the managing director or the chairman of this business. My son takes over. So this level of communication should be done. It is not when the child starts saying, no, you can't continue this way. You have to run only the sales department. I'm not. So there should be a clear definition. And number 4, consider a trial period. Trial period is great. It's a great training section. It's a great time to evaluate and to analyze. So it is important to consider a trial period. Some family have found success in allowing their children to run a particular segment of the business. So you can consider asking your child to run a particular segment, or you ask him to manage a particular client. In such way, he will be able to put in his own strategy, his own experience, his own ideas, and see how it works for him. So if this turns out to be successful, he may adopt it as a blueprint. There are some who have done this and become more successful than their parents. It becomes the blueprint for the company. So it is important to try this. It is important to allow the younger generation to gain the ability to try out their own ideas and strategies. It is not always good to stereotype them. So let's give them this opportunity to either work in a segment of the company or even work in some other industries before taking over the family business. And number 5, and the last, and for me the most important, is do it more practical. I would say catch them young. When your children are in high school, make them to visit the company regularly. Even when they don't have anything to do for you, let them just come and see what happens in the company. They may not understand clearly, but they will have some sketchy idea. Oh, come on, my dad's company is into logistics. They do importation and they do clearing and forwarding and stuff like this. So this will give them an insight in what you're doing, even though they don't understand how to run it. Then when they get to the university, to the college, give them the opportunity to come more often during all their holidays. Let them come and spend time in your company. Let them spend time in the department. Do a rotational internship for them. Today, this holiday, you're going to be spending your time with the accounting division. Next holiday, you're going to be spending your time with the sales division. Next holiday, with the logistics. This way, they will understand the nitty-gritty of the business which you're running. They will understand everything that has to do with the business. And once they do this, then you realize that it is quite much easier for them to take over and more strongly. You want to have a children who will take over your business more strongly than you do. So this is the only way you can be able to achieve this. Allow them to participate in all segments of the business during their holidays and spend time discussing with them and asking them questions, evaluating their performance and their ability to gain insight and knowledge about how the business is or how the business works. If you do all this, I'm assuring you your business is going to run across edges, because you're going to come up with a generation of guys who will work and manage your business more effectively than you do. So if you've never sat down one day to think about how to hands off and handle your business over to your children, then you need to do it right now. Because this is very important, and this is what you need to do to build a solid business or solid foundation for your business to run across edges. I want to say congratulations if you've listened to this and if you are willing to implement this, because your business will be head off across the edges. Cheers. This is a message from Finance Oracle. I want you to keep tuned with us and always share our content. This is the only way you can say thank you for all the beautiful contents which we are producing. Cheers. This message is coming from Finance Oracle.